Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation on Group M and its digital transformation. My name is Chen Huang. I'm doing this presentation as an assignment of part of my MBAD 60/20 class, Creating Customer Value in a Digital World for summer 2019. I'm going to cover three topics in my presentation. First, I will briefly introduce Group M and the situation the company was in at that time. Second, I will cover the topic of digital maturity, its definition, classification, and I will share with you my judgment on the digital maturity stage of Group M. And thirdly, I'm going to suggest some priorities and initiatives for Group M in terms of its product, profile, people, and partnerships. Group M was the world's largest media investment group. In 2013, that's the time the case study was discussing or talking about, Group M faced difficult external challenges. First, there was an economic slowdown in India, and second, and probably more importantly, mobile penetration challenged its core business. So, Group M was at a crossroads. On the one hand, it could continue on the same trajectory of its old core business, which was media planning and buying, or it could embrace a digital transformation. Under the leadership of the new CEO, Srinivas, the leadership team and the CEO decided to develop a roadmap for a digital transformation. Digital maturity can be defined as how organizations systematically prepare to adapt consistently to ongoing digital change. This concept came from the idea of maturity in psychology, which refers to an acquired ability of appropriately responding to the environment. Obviously, all companies operate in an environment that is constantly changing. Digital maturity is vitally important for companies. According to the research studies I quoted here, leaders or digital leaders outperform their less digitally mature peers, and by doing the following, pretty much by put digital businesses at the center of their core business. Different types or levels of digital maturity. I found different approaches towards classifying digital maturities. For example, some researchers divide digital maturity into 4 levels: skeptics, adopters, collaborators, and differentiators. Some others use a combination of 2 criteria, a digital intensity and transformation management intensity, to identify 4 levels of digital maturity. In the assigned case, Ken et al. Defined 3 levels: early, developing, and maturing. That's the way, or that's the scheme I'm going to use to judge Group M's digital maturity. According to Ken et al., there are 5 key practices of digitally maturing companies set them apart from the less maturing companies. They implement systemic changes. They play the long game. They scale small I innovation, which means isolated experiment or sprint, into big I innovation, enterprise-wide innovations. They become talent magnets, and they secure visionary leaders who can lead them through the digital transformation. I think Group M was at the developing stage of digital maturity in 2013. I'm making that judgment based on the following points. First, the old business, media planning and buying, were still the core business of Group M at that time. Second, Group M was about to embark on a roadmap to implement systematic changes towards digital leadership. Group M had a people gap at that time. For example, one issue is they had high early career attrition rate. They couldn't hold on to their own talent. But they already started on their transformation. They established Madhouse India, a new brand, in 2012 for driving their mobile business. And they already started to look for digital partners to integrate their business. How can companies successfully finish a digital transformation, or what companies can or should do to strive toward digital maturity? According to Ken et al.'s study, the following are the methods or the ways that companies have been doing. First of all, digital strategy drives digital maturity. So companies need to have a digital strategy. And second, the power of digital transformation comes from enterprise-wide changes. Again, it's the big I changes, enterprise-wide changes. Third, leadership plays a very important role, of course. And fourth, in fact, employees across all age groups want to work for digital leaders. That's a strong reminder, that's an important message for those companies who want to recruit, retain, and cultivate talent. So, for the third part of my presentation, I'm going to cover or make some suggestions for key priorities and initiatives. In terms of product, I believe Group M need to focus on digital media. Some of the initiatives it can do was to invest in digital media and cultivate talent. A second priority was to integrate digital media with traditional media. The initiative would be trying to build a strong integrated product that delivers the desired outcomes for the client. So not just the process, but the outcomes. In terms of profile, Group M needed to reorient to consumer internet clients, to consumer internet clients. They need to develop new mobile media strategies as an initiative. And secondly, Group M need to reorient to technology clients by recruiting and nurturing new talent. For the areas of people, Group M need to recruit digital talent by change the way they recruit. The reading or the case study mentioned that the younger generation or the young talent in India, they perceive, they work, they interview differently from the previous generation. So Group M needed to start new initiatives there. Group M need to have developing digital talent as a new priority by cultivating and rewarding learning and growth and providing continuing education and training opportunities for its people. Group M needed to retain digital talent. How they can do that? They could empower employees and give them more autonomy, and also encourage teamwork so that their talent, their gifted people are not working in silos. In the areas of partnerships, Group M's top priority should be to find partners to work on mobile. I believe they needed to reach out to Twitter, to, for example, now Pinterest and other mobile players in the local market in India and globally. The second priority is they need to foster partnerships to provide strategic solutions to clients. Again, the idea here is to integrate their digital business with their traditional media planning and buying business. One of the initiatives could be to work with social media platforms such as Facebook and apps such as WhatsApp to try to integrate their two businesses together. Again, digital mature company need to have their digital business or digital capacity leadership at the center of what they do to keep it close to the center of their business. Here are my references. Thank you for listening to my presentation.